Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brownwater Banter Podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cates.
That's right. And in the studio, we have Mayor Casey Vaughn from Gautier. We're going to be talking about the newly opened the Sound Amphitheater in Gautier. But before we do that, we want to thank the sponsors who keep the lights on for us over here in the Brownwater Studios. Right out of the gate, you've probably heard them once or twice on the show. You know, 2024 is the year to smile more. We got Dr. Robbie Williams right over here at Southern Magnolia Smiles, man. They're located on Washington Avenue in Ocean Springs. You can look them up on Facebook or Instagram at Southern Magnolia Smiles. And when you're ready to book that appointment, you can give them a shout at 228-215-1202 and tell them that we sent you. If you find yourself in need for legal representation for any reason, Taylor & Cox Law Firm has been practicing law on the Mississippi Gulf Coast for over 30 years. They specialize in felonies, misdemeanors, DUI, family law, divorce, child custody, you name it. If you find yourself in that boat and you need someone to fight tooth and nail for you, Taylor & Cox Law Firm is the ones to call. Give them a shout at 228-696-011 and tell Tyler that Brownwater sent you. Our buddy Rocky Brooks over at Sea to Swamp. Look them up on Facebook. Sea, the number 2, and then Swamp. They've got all your tackle and apparel needs covered. 2 locations on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, one in Gautier, one in Gulfport. You can give them a call at 228-205-3964. Summer's heating up. Rocky's slinging kayaks. He's got rods, reels, brownwater gear.
Snapper season opens tomorrow.
So go down there, get your gear in check. Don't go out there with some stuff that's not working, man. Make sure you're set up and ready for success. Forever Young Men and Women's Health. You can look them up on Facebook as well. If you find yourself lazy, lethargic, you can't get off the couch, you can't get back into the gym like you've been wanting to do, you just feel like a big turd, give Kendrick over at Forever Young Men and Women's Health a call at 228-363-6623. Let him do some lab work on you. Book that appointment. Maybe your testosterone needs replacement, man. He specializes in that for both men and women. Let him do some lab work on you. Put your health care in the hands of a professional. Dewey Bugs over in D'Iberville. They're slinging boiled seafood. We keep beating that drum. We went over there a couple months back, man. We had a great experience. We hosted one of our fishing tournaments there. They're right across the street from the Scarlet Pearl. If you haven't checked them out yet, look them up on Facebook, Dewey Bugs, and go over there and get the Maverick, man. You will not be disappointed. It's got crawfish, royal red, sausage. What else, Joey? A lobster tail. Snow crab. It's ridiculous. So go check them out. Like I said, Dewey Bugs. You will not be disappointed. And I think that wraps it up.
App sponsor, Minor Recoil, AED, supplies, any of that stuff.
Yep. Go download the Brownwater Banter app, and you can see the app sponsor right inside of there, and we appreciate them. It's free in the App Store, Google Play. All right, so, Mr. Mayor, so where do we start here? The newly opened Sound Amphitheater in Gautier, right? Y'all just had the grand opening a month or so ago. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Who was the band we had?
Casey and Sunshine Band.
Way to, like, knock it out of the park on your first show, right?
It was great. The great thing about it, though, was our youth. We let it open with Gautier High School Band, also the Gautier High School choral department. They sang, and then to really throw a kicker, our city manager and planning director and Mississippi songwriter Amanda Jones wrote a song about Gautier, Mississippi, and sang it 2 terms ago at our swearing-in ceremonies for the council. So it's a nice little song about Gautier. So the Resurrection Catholic High School Choir performed that song before Casey and the Sunshine Band. Also.
See,
that's cool.
That's
killer.
I didn't know that. So that is killer. You may not be aware, but Joey and I are fans of all things Mississippi Gulf Coast, and we love to promote it on the show. That's the reason the whole show exists. So for someone to be doing what y'all are doing over in Gautier, and then keeping it local, I guess you'd say, with the opening act and letting them do that for the opening, man, that's pretty killer. Before we get into like the why of what y'all are doing over there in Gautier, can you give people that may be hearing your name for the first time your backstory politically, like and your ties to Gautier?
Yes, the city, of course, is named after my family, the Gautier family and Vaughn family. So, great to be able to represent and support my heritage there in Gautier. But so many years ago, I was just attending council meetings, wanting to get involved in our city government, and I was having an infrastructure issue in my residential neighborhood.
Okay.
And I felt like it could never get resolved. And I was there, and the board was listening, but I just didn't feel like I was getting anywhere. So I just decided, why not try to be a part of a solution.
Right.
Right.
So I ran for office and was elected councilman to represent Ward 3. And I won that election, that first round. And then the second round, I ran unopposed, and I represented Ward 3 again. And then I decided it was time when I ran for Ward 3. The second time, I knew with the goals that I would run for mayor my next term. So that's what I did. And I was successful to be elected by the constituents of Gautier to represent the whole city. And it's a blessing and honor to do that. But that's where landed me to represent Gautier and be the mayor.
Sweet.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it, man. That's a good story. So obviously rooted in the community, concerned citizen turn mayor, right? So
That's correct.
what did you learn from being on the concerned citizen side to where you're at now?
Well, I feel like I've been blessed to have a great city manager in our form of government. It's the city manager council form of government. So we have, when I was first elected the first time, that city manager was only there for 2 years. We then hired Miss Yancey, who the city was in some struggles, and she literally has taken a sinking ship and it is sailing. So I'm blessed to work with a great person that runs the day-to-day operations.
Right.
That makes my role easy
Whole lot easier.
as being the mayor. Then secondly, I attend the Mississippi Municipal League Conference, which is for elected officials in the municipal level to take classes to get certified. So I am a certified elected official through the Mississippi Municipal League, and I also serve on their board. And it's an honor to participate with leaders throughout the state of Mississippi. And you take classes, and that's what helps you become a better leader, understand the role of government, and how to go get suggest things to make your community or city a better place to live.
I like that. I didn't know that was
even
there was a
Yeah.
certification like that. So that's cool.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not everybody participates. Most cities are a member and participate, but not all leaders attend the conference to get the certifications.
It's like a voluntary thing once you're elected. Is that what you're saying?
You have to, the city pays to be a member, and then you have to pay to register for the conferences, the municipality you're in. So then the summer conference, the main conference, is held in Biloxi annually every year at the end of June, unless it's an election year, and it's held at the end of July.
Okay.
Other than that, they have we have the legislative conference, which is every year in January, right when the legislatures go back into session, and that's always in Jackson. And then we have a small town conference that's in between, and they choose that rotates in a small town throughout the state of Mississippi.
So it's like the all-stars of elected officials.
Yeah.
You made it through.
You made it. Yeah.
So we're going to bring it back to the Sound Amphitheater. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share a picture I just found off of y'all's Facebook page.
Yeah.
So people can kind of get a visualization of what we're going to be talking about here. It'll pop up over there on that screen here. There you go, right there. So people that can see it, it's an amphitheater, which if you don't know, amphitheaters are outdoor theaters.
Musical.
Music-oriented theaters. And I'm going to assume this was the first show. Let me see if I can click on
It's
here.
probably Casey the Sunshine.
I would think
Band,
so.
if I had to guess.
Yeah. So, and it looks like it was a great turnout. There's for you people just listening, it's a beautiful green field. It looks like people, the way it's designed, you can bring your own chairs and towels, blankets to lay out, and then
Blankets.
Okay.
Or towel.
Yeah, to lay out. But is there actual like seating there, or is it always bring your own?
Well, it depends on the ticket you purchase.
Okay.
So you can purchase a lawn ticket, which is a general admission ticket. And that is on that lawn area you see that is green behind where everybody in front of them, some are standing or sitting.
Yeah.
So then you have the sound booth there sort of in the middle to the left.
Yeah.
Right over there. And right around the sound booths are some VIP sponsored booths that the sponsors, they have their little area, and they got two tables with two high top tables with 8 chairs.
Right.
And then in front of there is the seated area, and those tickets are in sections. If you go to Ticketmaster and click on the show, there's a rendering where you can see the different tiers.
Okay.
And then in the pit area, which is also in the very front by the stage, that is seated for some shows. But we do have one artist that is requested that pit area, which is on pavers, that area be standing room only.
Yeah.
So
like
that would be standing only. We also have where you see the people nicely lounging on that beautiful green space. We have that soft turf, and there's 2 berms on each side as you enter into the amphitheater when you go to walk up. And those berms have some trees there, but they are very nice, higher up, like a little hill, where you can lean back, relax. And that, in my opinion, is my favorite spot of the whole venue. However, there's not a bad spot in the house, as you can see.
So that's turf. So you don't have to worry about cutting it. It's just going to stay the same.
Oh, no, it's green. It's green grass. It's got to be maintained.
Turf.
No,
it's actually grass.
It's grass. Yeah. And it's designed that it will drain fast.
Okay.
Right.
So it's the type of grass. Guthbrie's Landscaping was the landscaping company that installed the grass and did that part of the project through Fletcher Construction.
Right.
Okay. Well, I wanted to flash that on the screen, like I say, just to give people who maybe haven't seen it yet, a little visual representation of what we're about to be talking about.
Yeah.
But now I would want to pull it back to like the why. Okay.
How did it start?
Why? Well, why did it start?
Yeah.
What is it? I'm assuming, and I've read a little bit about it. It's a part of a bigger plan, right, for the city of Gautier. Is that correct?
That is correct. So, as you know, the old Singing River Mall property had been, the owners of that property decided, and it was feasible due to the maintenance cost of all that, and recruiting tenants for that location was just hard during those economic times.
Well, we had COVID.
Yeah.
We have Amazon.
Well, yeah.
Internet.
Well, I think I read something the other day that an inside mall there's no inside malls.
Well,
anymore. Everything's like a strip mall.
They're outdated.
Well, it's like a horseshoe smith, right? Like a blacksmith. Like cars came along, and it's like, now you better be working on tires. It's kind of the same thing. It's a nationwide thing. They're trying to figure out what to do with these big buildings.
Correct.
And it's got to be stuff that's internet proof, like miniature golf and stuff like that. It's hard to pay the taxes, the rent, get tenants, like you said, for a building of that size.
Yeah.
That is correct. So the owner at that time of the Singing River Mall and the developer chose to tear it down because they saw the times changing to an outdoor mall. Unfortunately, we went through economic times where the was down, and it stalled some of that. Then they couldn't sort of rebound from it to get a buyer to buy into it. So the properties sat there. The city, we've hired people to try to help promote the property, to help them promote their property and that developer. And we just kept having hurdles after hurdles with people trying to purchase the property and try to build their development on the property.
Right.
So the city manager, we all brainstormed, she brainstormed, and, we had to acquire the property. So we worked with our state delegation to acquire that old property. The north property where the amphitheater sits, that property, half was purchased and half was donated to the city. So with the envision that it would be developed into something that would help attract economic development to the old Singing River Mall property that I will now refer to from now on during our talk here as the Town Commons.
Okay.
Town Commons.
So it is now called the Town Commons.
So what's the last store over there that's been hanging on for dear life? Is it
Belt?
Belt? Yeah.
That was a meme, like find a woman that'll hold on to you like
Belt does a Gautier.
Yeah. Or Gautier does.
Well, we hold on to Belt. Belt holds on to us. It's been a ride, and we've all it's been tough at times, but the local people at Belk are very giving and supportive of our community, and I think we need to remember to support them because they held on strong. They held on, and they own their property. So we had to go through some litigation with Belk to reach another development agreement so we had control of the property we own. So we finalized that, And now we've moved forward and going to move forward with that development. But at the meantime, while that was all going on, the amphitheater, our city manager had a vision to think something like that outdoor would draw economic development interest to Gautier.
Absolutely.
That was different from anybody else along the coastline, that we are all competing for economic development. So that was our goal. And her vision and us supporting that made that happen, thanks to the state delegation understanding that we were in a time that we needed to have something to incentivize economic development to boost it in Gautier.
Yeah.
They supported it, and the Mississippi songwriters supported the vision of us tying in onto that town commons property a performing arts center with our Mississippi songwriters.
Okay.
So that has helped get the amphitheater going also with their support. So we are blessed that we were able to get the support from our state delegation.
Right.
Our county board of supervisors helped some with some stuff we needed to get it opened and going, and we appreciate their support. But once again, our city manager and her vision to help spark economic development in our city, it has skyrocketed since we opened with Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Well, her vision's 2020 because you got Atlanta, you got these amphitheaters in these big cities. I mean, Houston, stuff like that. No offense, not really Gautier, Mississippi is what you think of. And now you see that, and now you're drawing all those people because you're pulling big names. These are big. I mean, big people in the industry.
And
go ahead.
She partnered, she met a guy, and he is from the coastal region, Fairhope. And he also has been in the music industry a long time, Nathan Ball with 46 Entertainment.
Okay.
So he partnered with us and had a big help get us to where we are today.
Right.
So he helped guide us to make sure we were doing the right thing to recruit and partner with to recruit national national acts to the Sound Amphitheater.
And I'm going to assume that you even mean like from the design of the amphitheater from the very beginning.
That is correct.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. I flashed back on the screen. You can see it over there. A little bit better picture. I feel like it's a little closer up. It's a side angle photo again of what we're talking about. But I'm going to show this, and
that's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And I'm going to show kind of a more front on view. Again, if you're listening to this only, just go to the Sound Amphitheater Facebook page, and you can see what we're talking about in their photos. But the reason I show this again is to correct me if I'm wrong. So this is, the vision for Gautier. This is your anchor. This is your anchor, not store, but anchor attraction to bring in, like you said, the new development.
To fill the commons
right?
up. Yeah,
that's correct.
Okay.
Well, this will be north, and it's to help recruit for the town commons.
Yes.
Okay.
Who we've now, meeting our first meeting in May, we partnered with a developer that will oversee any development on that property. So we've engaged with him to do that, which we will move forward. We've had an influx of calls. There will be stuff coming soon. We will start. The development on the town commons will be a mixed use development. It's on the city website. Gautier-ms.gov, and you will see a rendering of what you can sort of expect developed on the town commons property. It will be mixed use from business office, medical office, food, shopping, living, all amenities there on that property. It also includes our city is a young city, but we've outgrown our city hall. So it's time for us to be thinking about the future of adding on, building a new city hall that could accommodate our growth in Gautier and the areas we've annexed over the years. So we will have on that rendering, you will see a new city hall that will be on the property that will face towards the property of the Sound.
Well, give me that website again. Is it just, it's Gautier?
Gautier-ms.gov.
Yeah. And then how do I get to that rendering once I'm on your?
It should be there on the left. If you're on
that's right here.
Right here. Okay.
There it is.
I was just going to pull that up if I can.
So the first show, I mean, we had it built. What was the date that it was? Do you remember the date?
April the 12th.
April 12th. That was the first show. That was Casey and the Sunshine Band. Walk us through the getting the preparation to getting that show on the ground and running.
So the city manager, the city staff, 46 Entertainment, all the partners, Seymour Engineering, Scholarity Architect, they all have done a great job. Our local contractor who also built our city hall, how odd that it's the same contractor built the city hall in Gautier and then builds another big part of growing Gautier, the Sound Amphitheater, Fletcher Construction. But to see all of them work together and the hustle and bustle, we knew there would be some little issues here and there, hiccups, kinks that would have to be worked out. But overall, they were very minimal, I feel. From a leader standpoint, they were all on site. They all just went above and beyond the call of duty to welcome the guests there. The main issues that were there, citizens and guests could email their concerns. And immediately before the next concert, they had already worked on some of the plans to address those issues. Some can't happen overnight. Some will be happening when we develop the town commons property to address some of the concerns. But we will continue to make sure our guests are happy at the venue and taken care of.
Yeah.
I like it. So what's going to be the next, phase? This is, if we call this phase 1, what's phase 2? If you can tell.
Well, phase 1 was where the Sound Amphitheater was. Phase 1 was the initial, I guess you could say, site work, where it was like just clearing the property, the parking lot and all that. Phase 2 was the buildings and the utilities.
Right.
That's what we did. Phase 3 is what we're working on now, which is the amenities and the recreational development component of the development. So when you go to the amphitheater, we wanted you to feel like you were in your natural habitat because we are nature's playground.
Yep.
And we did not want to disturb much of, and it's a lot of wetlands around there. So we wanted to benefit on that. So what you can see coming are boardwalks, wetlands discovery area with some tree houses. You can see the overflow, some more overflow parking. We will be adding sidewalks. Right now, there's no sidewalks walking from the parking at the town commons property to the Sound. We'll be working on those sidewalks. Concession stands. Right now, we got the food trucks because that is what we had planned. We got a food truck area for the food, but we will be adding some concession stands out there. And we also have the inclusion playground. It's being installed now, which we got funding from thanks to our state delegation for that and a anonymous donor for that who contacted the city about wanting an inclusion playground. It'll be only the second one in the state of Mississippi. Ours here in Gautier at the Sound Amphitheater is larger, and that is going to be open all the time to our citizens when it opens. But it's for all children on all spectrums to be able to come and enjoy what everybody should be able to.
Tell us what it is. What is an inclusion?
So an inclusion playground is for, like, if you're in a wheelchair, you can still utilize it. Or if you're deaf, you could utilize it, or blind. All spectrums is able to use the playground. And it's got a musical component to it. It's because it's there at the Sound, it's got a music theme to it. So you got Pink Cadillac. Where can you go on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and go play on a playground with a pink Cadillac?
I like it.
So I encourage people to go there. It'll be opening soon. They're installing the bottom part. The equipment's been installed, but if guests drive through there, they can see it being installed.
Right.
Okay. And then you mentioned mixed use, so it would be like hotels eventually, medical stuff. Wasn't there just I hope I'm not confusing stories, but wasn't some of the heart doctors just met to do some stuff out there?
Yeah, but theirs is Legacy Park, and that'll be on the Highway 57, Highway 90 corridor.
Okay.
Their part will not be there per se on the town commons. It would be like a doctor's office, dental office, stuff like that could be on the problem.
I combine those two things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But that's a great project too, that will have a hotel there.
Okay.
On their property, and their rendering of their development, there will be a hotel there. But also on the town commons property, there will be like a boutique hotel.
Okay.
One or two.
So if you want to go to a show and you don't want to drive home,
night, yeah,
right. Out of town people, they don't have to drive too far to stay. Okay. You mentioned before we went live about the tickets. What's the best place? And let's talk a little bit about that, about tickets when you want to buy tickets to the show.
Because there is some frauds out there, some fakes, right?
That's
and that's for everybody.
Yeah. And I see it happening. It's not just for the Sound Amphitheater. No. It's for across the board. When people use Google, some fake sites or some other sales sites come up first and not the main site.
Right.
So we encourage everybody to use enjoythesound.com is our main source, because you can see everything going on, but also it says purchase ticket. When you do that, it automatically links you to the only source of where we're telling people to purchase their ticket, which is Ticketmaster.
Right.
So it leads you there, and then we ask that you follow through purchasing your ticket there, because that is the only safest source.
Safe, secure, verified.
Right.
Get to the gate. That's the ticket you're getting in with.
That is correct. You can just have the app open on your phone. They scan it, and you walk right in.
Yeah.
So that's where we encourage you to go to buy the tickets. They're reasonable. Like this coming tomorrow night, we have a show. It's Justin Moore, Chris Cagle, Tyler Braden, and where can you go get great national act entertainment? The lawn ticket is $25.50.
Yeah,
that's cheap.
And for people listening, watching, that's going to be May 24th, Friday, May 24th. So if you're hearing this different at a different time, maybe you missed it, but go get the tickets. Yeah.
But I mean, those are big national acts. I mean, you have Miranda Lambert, Casey the Sunshine Band. I mean, who else has got Jamie Johnson? Y'all got a pile of good names coming in. So especially to go see them for $25, it's a steal, not a deal.
And it varies.
Right.
We just got out Live Music Week, so it was nationwide, where amphitheaters nationwide was offering tickets for $25. Is a coincidence that the lawn tickets for this show is $25.50. Lawn tickets for another artist might not be that $25.50, but it's very reasonable. 46 Entertainment works with the national act to keep the ticket cost as reasonable as possible for everybody to be able to come and enjoy the venue.
Yeah.
I want to remind people, I think something else to remind people of is it's a cashless venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
You know, only a debit card, credit card, or a, prepaid gift card or a prepaid credit card you can use. Some people don't like using their own credit cards or debit cards, so we suggest that they buy like a Visa gift card or whatever, and it will work at the venue also if you're worried about that.
Do y'all do any electronic, like the Apple Pay and stuff like that, or you haven't got there yet?
They have not. They have just, it's to my knowledge right now, just the cashless with the card.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand it. Like the big festivals are doing the same thing. It keeps, having to keep up with cash.
Yeah, and then having to trust people with cash and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's easier.
It's safer in today's world, what we have going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Is there anything else that we haven't touched on? I know you brought your notes in here. I don't want to miss.
Well, I think it's important that we remind people about the parking, because y'all said y'all wanted to address some concerns.
Yeah.
The parking, you do park on the town commons parking. It's $10. You can purchase it through Ticketmaster when you
Buy your ticket.
or you can just purchase it there. Just have your card ready because it's cashless also.
Okay.
And then the VIP parking area, it's $30 and it's right in front of the sound entrance. And then there's some handicap
Don't
parking.
have to walk.
Right.
If you get the VIP, you're right across the street, right? Or
It's
you're
right
in
there
there.
at
Yeah,
the
you're in
entrance.
there, yeah.
That's right. You're right at the entrance. There's handicap parking there also. If you need to arrange that, you can go to the sound, enjoythesound.com, where it says contact us and make arrangements if you feel you need special arrangements, and they will accommodate you.
Yeah.
Um,
What can we bring in? Like, I know every event's different. Can we bring a blanket in? Of course, is it clear purses? Is it any of the stuff like that?
Oh, yes. Clear purses, definitely for the ladies.
Yeah.
You can bring a water bottle. Enjoythesound.com, of course, has all the do's and don'ts, or the Sound Amphitheater Facebook. But a water bottle that's empty, of course, and they have water dispensaries where you can fill them up with water. You cannot bring in, of course, a handgun, a weapon, no knives. If you bring any of that and you have to leave it with the security as you enter, you're not getting it back. Unfortunately, they do not. So keep it in your vehicle because we don't have that. We do have lost and found. You can call City Hall afterwards or message the sound and they will help accommodate anything. But clear bags, no weapons, pretty much that. No alcohol, don't bring it in. They sell that there. Everything has to be bought there. Food trucks are there, accessible. Bring your blanket, no chairs.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
No chairs. No chairs are allowed.
Okay, so the chairs that I saw in that photo earlier, I think I said that wrong. Then those are y'all's chairs that are there.
That is correct.
Okay, I said that wrong earlier, just so people listening.
Oh, okay. I thought when you said that you meant the other chairs. So no. We do want to clarify.
Yeah, no chairs,
no bag chairs, nothing at all. That's due to security reason. People can put stuff in bags. It slows down getting people in. It's a safety concern, and also, we're here in South Mississippi, so some people don't know when it's time to throw their bag chair away when they've been to the islands and it's got salty water on it 500 times.
And you sit on it and it falls straight to the ground.
That is correct. It could be a hazard. So we have to be mindful of that. But a lot of amphitheaters of this type nationwide are bring your own blanket type thing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Bring your own towel, be creative. But in the beginning, we did have a lot of concerns about that. But since then, it seems that a lot of people really prefer being on that lawn part on their blanket rather than bringing their own chair. So
I agree. Yeah, like I said, it's pretty standard for most amphitheaters and most, concerts.
Yeah.
Everything you just said.
The concessions you brought up, food trucks right now, is it local food trucks? I'm guessing that are just all around town at Gautier, or is it all the whole
all over? The last concert we had Fish on a Bone from out of Gulfport. So they rotate who they're going to get.
Yeah, y'all were doing the food truck thing though way before, for a while now.
Yeah.
Well, we do it
there.
We do it on the fourth Thursday of every month. So like today in Gautier, it was Tasty Thursday.
Food truck,
So we have food trucks at the Town Commons property.
I like that.
There
We got to brand it the Town Commons.
Yeah.
The Town Commons.
I haven't been there. How does the food truck stuff work? You don't leave the actual venue and come back in, or the food trucks are outside somewhere?
So if you
have the
pull
map,
up that where we were looking at earlier, where everybody was seating, to the right of that is where the.
What about this?
Probably a better,
this might be better. Hold on one second. So click. Just takes a minute to get it pulled up.
Yeah, that's a cool site. So that's a cool shot too.
This is an aerial view. I don't know if it's too out of.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you walk in, where you see the tents, where you're walking in there, to our left, and then when you walk in and you go to the right, you will see the food truck dining area over there. In between the restrooms to the north and then to the south.
Yeah. What is this little greenery off to the
That's where
Oh,
the
right here.
food trucks are.
That is right there. So they're
That's the
actually parked
food.
on the grass. Okay.
Well, no, they're parked on the concrete, and then
Mhm.
the people are standing on the grass.
Okay, so they're facing the other way. I got you.
They face the stage. The
Yeah.
food trucks face the stage and the Great Lawn area.
Yeah.
And then you can just stand on the Great Lawn. They have some tables out there you can stand at, that type of thing. Put your food, set your drinks on
Sweet.
while
like
you
it.
eat.
I like it. I think it's really cool.
I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I wish y'all nothing but the best. Like I said, Gautier, climb the ladder, bring the people in. The more the merrier down here. It's all going to spill over to every other city, right?
Well,
I mean,
yeah, like right now, I feel like it's a great partnership, but it's not just about Gautier, our venue, because economic development wise, it benefits not only the Gautier and coastal Mississippi, it also benefits the whole state of Mississippi.
Right.
correct.
So it's a great tourist destination, but our partnerships coast-wide with this, they are reaching and using people coast-wide, not just in Gautier. The caterers for the entertainers come from different areas in the coast, some local in Gautier, some coastal. So they spread everything. Right now people need hotel rooms, places to stay. As we know, we do have a couple of hotels in Gautier. One's a long-term stay, one's a short-term. But the short-term hotel on the highway does have accommodations available, and we have some RV parks. We have our national park for people with RVs that might want to go. But we have, Pascagoula has a bed and breakfast there.
Yeah.
The Grand Magnolia, you got the Hilton over there, and then in Ocean Springs, you have the Roost and some boutique hotels. You have Gulf Hills, so they're all benefiting. Moss Point at, Highway 63 exit has some hotel and lodging. So there's also VRBO, coastal wide, as we know, that people are benefiting. We see people using that. We have Legend Oaks in Gautier, which is the old Tussies. They are renting some of the cabins out on the Mary Walker Bayou.
That'd be cool.
The Sioux Bayou RV park on the bayou there on Sioux Bayou. We have a lot of places that are just like hidden gems that we have to start promoting more and encouraging people to stay local because we have it available.
Yeah.
I love it.
What was, before we jump out here, what was the traffic like that first night?
My understanding of traffic was not bad at all. I did not get any traffic complaints.
Right.
And leaving there, people were boasting about how easy they were able to get out.
Right.
So I did not hear anything about that. This coming week, I want to encourage everybody, though. Well, tomorrow night, I definitely encourage people to have a traffic plan to come earlier, maybe. Afterwards will not be a problem as usual, but come in earlier because we will have graduation going on at the high school. So people trying to use that Gautier Van Cleve corridor to get to both venues. But 46 Entertainment, Sweatman Security, Gautier Police Department, our Chief of Police, Chief Bevers, they've all got a great traffic plan and it's been working. If you're coming to guest parking, that's not VIP parking, they encourage you've got to enter that area from Dolphin Road and Highway 90, and then for the VIP parking, you enter from Gautier Van Cleve Road and Dolphin.
Right.
So there's two different entrances that they've did on the map, enjoythesound.com or Facebook, that tells guests when they buy the ticket how to get to the parking, which drastically helps with the traffic coming in and exiting the event. The Gautier High School graduation as a gift to them from the city of Gautier and the Sound Amphitheater and 46 Entertainment. All graduates get a ticket to come after their graduation tomorrow night to a national act, and the administrators, the teachers, and the staff of the high school. So what a great thing to be able to offer to seniors, to be able to come here a national headliner free of charge as a gift for your graduation. I don't know where else you will get that in
No,
coastal
yeah,
Mississippi.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Angela Mallett says in the comments, she says she loves seeing the growth in Gautier. Well done, Mayor Vaughn.
Oh, tell her thank you.
Yeah.
We thank her for all her work in her nonprofit world.
There you go. There you go.
So go to the website, go through Ticketmaster. If we don't go through there, can we get tickets on site? Are they available?
Yes, you can come on site at 5 o'clock, an hour before the gate opens, and purchase tickets. Of course, it'll still be through Ticketmaster,
Right.
but you can come on site and purchase them day of.
Awesome.
It's still paperless.
Okay.
Cashless.
I dropped a link to both the Facebook page and to enjoythesound.com. So click on those links for if you're wherever you're watching this at. The podcast people, it'll be linked in the comments below. So, Mary, we want to thank you for your time.
We thank
Absolutely.
Brownwater Banner for y'all hosting us and inviting us to be a part of your podcast.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah.
Doing
Keep us
great
in the
things.
loop with the groove. for
Exactly.
sure.
Yes.
Exactly. Keep us in
I think it'd be great if y'all got some of our cardiologists and talk about Legacy Park here coming up on your show.
Yeah, I know
I
some
think
of those guys. Yeah.
they would love to be a part of y'all's podcast too.
Absolutely.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Keep doing big things and let's take the coast to the next level.
That's right.
Yes.
So thank y'all for watching on the lives, the replays, everything. Download the Brownwater Banter app. It's free, the App Store and Google Play. Stay connected to all the things that we're doing here at Brownwater, and we'll see you on the next one.
Later.